Hello and welcome to another one of my videos. I haven't actually been putting that many videos up as of late, but we've moved into a new house and you know how much faff it is getting things in and out of new houses. So a lot of times we've been taking up with that, and also a full-time job and everything, work commitments. It just basically pushes the YouTube videos aside and life comes first, YouTube videos come second, but I do miss making them. But I've just had the opportunity to make another series, and this one is to do with this. Now some of yous, well, I'm hoping a lot of yous will know that my first few YouTube videos were actually to do with my RC cars, which I still have. My very first one actually being my Hyper 7. And this in front of us here is a Hyper 7, but it's not the one that I actually got in 2006. This is a new one, well, second hand, but new to me. Basically, came up on Gumtree for a very, very, very good price of, what was it, £70. I know, £70. And basically for that I got a car, remote control, body, I got the fuel, I got the glow starter, basically everything to run it. Batteries included, everything. Runs, nothing wrong with it. I literally went up to the guy and said, I'm not going to argue, here's the money, I'll take it off your hands. Because even a semi-decent, or even not a semi-decent nitro car you will not get for 80 quid, and these are decent. But anyway, I'm basically going to be stripping this down over the coming weeks and basically putting it back together, because even though it is in great nick, there is a few little problems with it. First off, when I went to see the guy, he says, oh well, I run on roads mainly, so I've took all the oil out the dampers. Don't know where the logic is in that. He says, because I wanted it to ride low on the road. Now, we all know the oil in the dampers does not control the ride height of your vehicle. It's actually the springs and the little adjusters at the top here. That's what controls ride height. The oil just controls the damping force within the dampers, so there's no actual oil in the front dampers and very little in the back. So that's the first thing that's going to be done, is I'm going to fill these up with some oil and so on and so forth. Second thing, which I noticed the other day when I was looking at it, if we just pop this up here and roll the car backwards and forwards, we can see the centre drive shaft is bent more than the banana. Now, this isn't just the only problem. The back drive shaft is also bent more than the banana. And basically I looked at it and I thought, how the heck has that happened? And the only conclusion I've come to is sometime in this car's life, it's been rammed head on into something and come to a stop. The chassis is bent and then returned back, but because the actual drive shafts are hardened steel, these have basically bent and stayed in a more bent position than the chassis. Because if you look at the chassis, there is a slight bore on the chassis, but that's not a problem. The chassis is still well intact. It's not bent enough to actually cause any damage. Well, damage, I mean, affect the actual running of the car in any way, so that's staying. But yeah, I did think that was bent at the end there, but me being daft, that's there to actually direct stones and things under the car so it doesn't actually hit into things, it just kind of skids over the top. So yeah, that's one thing that's going to have to be sorted out. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the front end off, take the back end off. When I'm doing that, I'm going to fill all the differentials with different weight oils to basically make it perform the way it should, because I did in my Hyper, and the difference it made changing the diff oil to very different weights across the drivetrain made a big vast difference to the actual controllability of the car. Another point is this engine is brand new. He said he had just run it in, but the actual settings they were set to weren't stock, and it was running very lean. If you heard it, it was running lean. It's running right now, but I'm going to, just for peace of mind, I'm going to strip this engine totally, just check it over, clean it out, and I'm going to seal all the typical places you'll get air leaks, so basically back plate, carburetor bodies and stuff like that. So that's another video I'm going to be doing. Another thing I'm debating whether to do is I love these engines. I actually wish I didn't get rid of the one I had in my Hyper 7, but I need a new piston and line, and it was cheap to get a full new engine, which the NOS Ram 21 is a very good engine, but yeah. Anyway, moving on from that. The boost port, well, it's got a port for a boost bottle. Now basically you just unscrew that, put a nipple in there and put a boost bottle on, and I've actually got one which I ran in my Hyper 7, and I'm debating whether to put this on this car or leave it, but I might do a video of the pros and cons of doing that, because a lot of people don't think they work, but the principle behind them is logical, and they were used on two-stroke motorbikes to great effect, and on my Hyper 7 it was used and the difference was phenomenal, and it was like chalk and cheese. But I'll explain that in the video when I come to it. Runs great. Other than that, it's a great car. Radios all work. I've had it running up and down the street. Other than it running a bit lean at the time I was running it, fine. I've now adjusted it and idles like a trooper. So yeah, this is going to be my Hyper 7 basically restore series, even though, like I say, there's not much to restore. It's basically just taking it apart, checking everything's there and putting it back together. But great little cars. If you ever get the chance of owning one of these, I'm not kidding you, they're good. Haven't owned anything other than the Mach 28 engine in these. I did replace mine with a Nosram, which didn't have well, it's a Nosram race engine, even though I don't do racing. It is a nice engine, a bit more economical on fuel, because these 28s drink fuel like nobody's business, but they're quick. If you've got one of these with one of these, and you know it's got power. But yeah, great little car. Going to do a few videos on it, getting up and running again, and I hope you'll join us through that series. So anyway, I'm going to be putting a few more videos up this week, hopefully, and more videos to come. I've got a few on my computer which I'm going to upload once I get that all sorted out and I get my software back on, because I've actually upgraded my computer to an 8-core. I know, 8-core, I've gone from a 4 to an 8, I've doubled. It's the performance difference is amazing, and my last computer was quick. This is just, yeah. But anyway, I shall leave it there. As always, keep safe, and I shall see you soon.